Imagine checking into a hotel room only to discover the next morning that your room never existed. This isn't a campfire story. This is a documented mystery, and what we uncovered will send chills down your spine. Tonight, we open a file buried deep in urban legend archives. A case dismissed by authorities, whispered in late-night forums, yet recently resurfaced because of AI's uncanny ability to uncover the impossible. It begins in 1973. Inside a now-demolished New York hotel. A businessman named Richard Hall checked into room 304 for a single night. He was seen by multiple guests and staff, but by sunrise, room 304 no longer existed, and police dismissed it as a mix-up. Journalists wrote a few paragraphs. The hotel manager refused to comment. Richard Hall was never seen again. And the case sank into obscurity. Decades later, amateur sleuths reopened the file. Digital archivists scraped old property records, newspapers, and photos. Most ended up with nothing but dead ends, until one researcher fed the images into a neural network image enhancer. That's when the impossible started to emerge. Blurred details in forgotten photographs, door numbers that shouldn't exist, shadows where walls should be. In this episode, we will walk step by step through this bizarre case, retracing Hall's final movements, analyzing photographs enhanced by AI, and exploring whether an entire hotel room can simply vanish. This is not fiction. These are the ghost files. Richard Hall's background was ordinary. A traveling salesman from Ohio, 42 years old, known to colleagues as reliable and cautious. On October 17, 1973, he arrived in New York for a trade convention. Records show he checked into the Grand Knoll Hotel at 8:45 p.m. Witnesses recall him asking for something quiet, away from the elevator. The clerk offered room 304, handing him a brass key and gesturing down the hall. A bellboy helped carry his sample cases upstairs. Nothing unusual, until the next morning. At 7:30 a.m., housekeeping entered room 302 and 306, but found number 304 in between. Instead, there was a solid stretch of plaster wall. Confused, they asked the front desk for a master key. Management sent security to investigate, but the room number did not exist on the blueprint. Yet 3 people swore they had escorted Hall to that door. Detectives searched every floor. They questioned the staff, reviewed ledgers, even called Hall's associates. His belongings were never recovered. No checkout, no luggage, no trace. The official report labeled him missing, but privately, officers wrote chilling notes. Guest entered room that cannot be found. As years passed, the Grand Knoll Hotel changed owners, and renovation plans erased old blueprints. Hall's disappearance faded into myth until digital archivists intervened. In 2019, an online group calling itself the Uncharted Archive began scanning microfilms of forgotten newspapers. They uploaded hundreds of Grand Knoll photographs to a cloud database. A hobbyist programmer trained an AI model to clean, sharpen, and colorize the images. One photograph, dated October 17, 1973, froze everyone. It showed the third-floor corridor. On the left, room 302's door. On the right, room 306, and, faintly between them, a distorted plaque reading 304. Zooming in revealed blurred edges, as if the number had been wiped from reality. Behind it, a shadowy outline of a door frame. The team ran the image through multiple models. Edges sharpened. A brass handle emerged. AI-generated depth maps suggested an inset, a door, not a wall. The discovery was sent to an independent architectural historian who confirmed that early blueprints listed 4 rooms on that wing. But by the late 60s, one had been removed, or hidden. Questions mounted. Was room 304 bricked over? Why was Hall given a key? And what lay behind that vanished door the night he arrived? Some theorists suggested illegal activity, a secret gambling den or safe house disguised as a guest room. Others whispered about ritualistic rumors surrounding the hotel's original owner, a reclusive magnate fascinated by the occult. What's certain is this: Hall entered a room that every record now denies ever existed. Further investigation into the Grand Knoll's history revealed unsettling coincidences. Built in 1928, the hotel was designed with an unusual layout. Archives mention a private suite connected by hidden passages to service tunnels. Employees spoke of off-limits areas, especially on the third floor. A retired night clerk interviewed in 1989 claimed 304 was closed after that woman died. We never spoke of it again. Who was she? Records were incomplete, but a 1951 police blotter referenced a Jane Doe found lifeless in room 304. Her cause of death remained sealed under court order. Some believed the room carried a curse, prompting management to seal it and renumber surrounding rooms to erase its memory. But then why give Hall a key in 1973? A surviving bellboy, now in his 70s, insisted on camera. I carried his bags. I saw the brass plate. 304. AI-enhanced footage from the hotel's promotional reels showed flickering frames, a hallway with one extra door that later reels omitted. This suggests the room existed physically, at least briefly. NFOR skeptics. These could be editing errors, misremembered details, or hoaxes fueled by modern tech. Yet the consistency across sources is striking. And then came the eerie twist. EVP hobbyists who captured whispers near the old hotel site in 2021. One recording, after noise filtering, revealed a faint phrase, "Room 304, still waiting." When confronted with the AI-enhanced evidence, experts debated possibilities. One architectural analyst proposed that during renovations, a sealed staff closet was mistakenly registered as a guest room in older ledgers. But why issue a working key? And why did Hall never return? The Uncharted archive team decided to dig deeper. They used LiDAR scans of the abandoned building's remnants before demolition in 2020. Shockingly, the scan revealed a narrow void between rooms 302 and 306, dimensions matching a small guest room. Overlaying these scans with the 1973 blueprint showed alignment with the mysterious plaque. In a chilling live stream, the team narrated findings over AI-restored imagery. Viewers flooded chat with theories, secret society rituals, hidden crime scenes, portals. A former janitor joined the stream anonymously, claiming, "They warned us, never open that door." Could this all be collective memory feeding into myth? Or was the hotel hiding something dark? Authorities never reopened the case, citing lack of evidence. But amateur sleuths continue to piece together clues. Next, we explore Richard Hall's final known actions, his phone call to his wife, and the eerie message captured on tape. Hall's wife, Margaret, received a call at 9:10 p.m. that night. The line crackled, but his voice was clear. "I'm in my room. Everything's fine. See you tomorrow." Moments later, the call cut abruptly. Telephone records confirmed the call originated from the hotel's switchboard. In 2002, Margaret passed away, leaving a box of belongings. Inside, an old reel-to-reel tape with that very call recorded. A digital restoration in 2021 revealed faint background noise, footsteps, a closing door, and an unfamiliar voice murmuring, "He shouldn't be here." Experts analyzed the frequencies. It was not interference. Someone else was present. This sparked new theories. Was Hall a victim of foul play? Did he witness something hidden in that room? And why did the hotel's new owners accelerate demolition right after the Uncharted archive findings went viral? These are not isolated details. Cross-referenced files reveal multiple missing persons associated with the Grand Knoll between 1948 and 1973. Each case tied to the third floor. Each ending without resolution. By 2023, with AI tools more advanced, researchers ran spectral analysis on archival photos. Hidden under layers of decay, graffiti revealed cryptic markings, symbols resembling ancient sigils etched near where 304 once stood. An occult historian identified them as protective seals, often placed to contain dangerous forces. Was room 304 sealed for safety, not secrecy? Investigators also discovered that original architect Henry Klein disappeared months after completing the hotel. His personal journal, found at an estate sale, included sketches of a forbidden room and notes reading, "Door must not be opened." As these revelations spread, locals claimed sightings near the hotel's ruins. Shadowy figures, unexplained cold spots, voices calling out numbers. Paranormal teams swarmed the site before it was fenced off. Skeptics argue it's mass hysteria mixed with suggestive storytelling. But the sheer number of independent accounts, combined with physical evidence, makes Room 304 one of the most compelling modern mysteries. In this clip, we review alternative explanations. Could AI enhancements be creating illusions? Could compression artifacts trick us into seeing doors and numbers? Technologists warn that overprocessing old photos can invent patterns. Yet forensic specialists confirmed the enhancements align with structural data. Then there's the human factor. Memories from decades ago distorted over time. Some witnesses might simply misremember. However, cross-checking statements across years show striking consistency. The bellboy's testimony matches the architect's notes, matches the hallway footage. We also examine the possibility of deliberate cover-ups. Was the hotel involved in illicit activities? Why did renovation logs omit specific floors? Could Hall have stumbled into something dangerous, leading to his disappearance? These theories remain speculative but fuel ongoing fascination. As demolition crews tore down the Grand Knoll, urban explorers snuck in, capturing final footage. One shaky video shows a sealed archway between rooms 302 and 306. A gloved hand scrapes away plaster to reveal faded numbers, 304. Moments later, the video cuts to black. The explorer was never identified, and fragments of wood and brass were recovered and sold online. One buyer claimed strange knocks echoed through his home at night after acquiring the door plate. Paranormal forums erupted with claims, though none verified. AI-generated reconstructions of the hotel circulate widely now, letting viewers walk through its halls virtually. In these models, Room 304 appears as a dimly lit chamber with a single chair and no windows, a haunting recreation based on eyewitness descriptions and partial blueprints. Each reconstruction, each story adds to the mythos, but somewhere at the center lies the truth about Richard Hall and the room that shouldn't exist. New evidence surfaced in 2024, a photograph from a tourist's album dated October 16, 1973, one day before Hall arrived. In the background, the third-floor windows. Counting from left to right, there is one extra window that no modern blueprint accounts for. AI alignment confirms its position matches, where room 304 would be. This photograph, combined with AI reconstructed plans, suggests the room physically existed but was deliberately concealed. Was it dismantled overnight, bricked up, or shifted into some unknown space? Experts caution against overinterpretation, but admit the pattern is unusual. Former hotel staff interviewed anonymously said, "We warned them not to use that key." When asked why, they refused to elaborate. As the investigation deepens, the case of Room 304 becomes a metaphor for how we explore mysteries in the age of AI. Technology uncovers fragments once thought lost. Yet, it also raises questions. Are we seeing the past or creating a new story? One thing is undeniable. Richard Hall walked into a room. Multiple witnesses saw him. And by morning, the room had vanished from physical space and human record. The Grand Knoll is gone, but its legend lives on in forums, podcasts, and now this channel. Some believe the truth lies hidden in yet undiscovered blueprints. Others whisper about supernatural forces. And some suspect the answer is simpler, yet far more sinister, something the hotel never wanted us to know. In closing, we leave you with the facts. A man vanished, a room erased, evidence scattered but persistent. AI has given us new eyes to see old truths, but the story remains unsolved. What do you think happened to Richard Hall? Was room 304 a real place, a cover for dark deeds, or something beyond our comprehension? As always, the investigation doesn't end here. Share your theories in the comments, and if you've encountered similar tales, let us know. And until next time, keep your eyes open, because some doors, once open, can never truly be closed.